Hello J24/7. It's so great to be with you again for another week and another experiment. Now, before we get into this week's experiment, I would love for us to recap on the last 4 experiments that we've had a go at. So think back with me. And can you remember the first weekend of May? And we had some water glasses and we looked at experiment holding how powerful the air could be to hold the water in, and how powerful the air was at protecting the paper towel against the water. Now, with those 2 experiments, we really focused on how God's breath is in us and how just powerful God's breath is, and how powerful that air is that he breathed into Adam in creation, and that now resides in us with the Holy Spirit, and how powerful the Holy Spirit is within inside of us. So we looked at that, didn't we? And then we moved on to eggs. Can you remember we had 3 eggs? They all looked the same on the outside, but they were completely different on the inside. Yeah, and we really talked about how important it is, especially over this lockdown period, to take some time and question God and ask God and find out, who am I on the inside? What is in my heart? Not just what's in our head, but what is in my heart? And God, I want my heart to be pure. God, I want my heart to be a heart of you. And that was all about the 3 different eggs. Then, woohoo, we moved on to oranges. I quite like the oranges. So the oranges were sinking and floating, weren't they? We were looking at how every day to acknowledge God is so important. To acknowledge Him and put on Christ every single day makes such a difference to our days. It makes such a difference to our mood, to our behaviour, to our attitudes, to our perspective. It makes such a difference about who we are on the outside, because every day we want who we are on the inside to come out of us and to match with who we are on the outside. So it's really important, J24/7, every day to remember, put on Christ. So our outsideness, our behaviour, our attitudes, what comes out of our mouth, what goes on in our heads, the way we act, the way we are with each other is the same as how it is in our hearts. Because our hearts are good, J24/7. Your hearts are great and loving and kind and pure, and you want your behaviour to be the same. So it's really important to remember that you are an orange. You are a whole orange. We want everything on, okay? Then we moved on to an exploding egg. We really talked about how if we make that effort every day to say, hi God, today I want to be with you. Today I remember and I know that you're in my heart, and today I want you to be my friend. If we do that every day, God is there, isn't He? That exploding egg plopped into the jar so quick, and all we had to do was ignite that little shred of paper. It was only a little bit of paper that was ignited, and yet that egg zoomed right into the bottom of the glass. So we only have to say hello, we only have to ignite a bit of us, and look what happens. God is right there, ready to be with us, next to us, giving us everything we ask for and everything we need. How great is our God? Okay, so today I have another experiment for you today. And this experiment, I kind of wanted to go out the month of May with a bit of an excitement of experiment, and really choose one that I think shows and just illustrates how amazing God is, and how quick He is to just love us, to pour what we would like out onto our lives, to give us the desires of our heart, just how He is constantly overflowing from the heavens into our lives. So today's experiment is called, or is known as, Elephant Toothpaste. I know it's a bit of a weird name, isn't it? And I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it, but it's a really fun one. So today's experiment, I have used hydrogen peroxide, can't even say it now, hydrogen peroxide. And this is a chemical that I've actually had to order in, had to go online and look for a chemical to be able to do this experiment. So you might not have this at home, but it's because I wanted a really fun experiment for today. So hydrogen peroxide, and then I've put some dish soap in the jar with it, and I've put some food colouring in it just to give it a bit of an exciting colour. And because I was given as a belated birthday present some neon food colouring this week, so I thought I'd put it to good use for my Elephant Toothpaste. So we've gone for green, and also I have used yeast, which we've dissolved in some warm water just to get it starting in its reaction. Now, do you remember J24? If you think back, we made bread, and we made the bread rolls, didn't we? On the Saturday, and then we used them for communion on the Sunday. And if you remember, we banged the dough about, we mixed it all up, and we gave it a good knead on the Saturday, and then we had to put it into our roll shape, didn't we? And then we left them, and we covered them up, and we had to leave them to prove. It's called proving. We had to leave them in a warm, dry place so the yeast had time to do its thing. It had time to cause the reaction, which made our bread rolls rise, didn't it? They got really big, and that's because the yeast had time to work. So yeast is what is known as a catalyst. It makes a reaction work. So with our bread, it made it grow and expand, didn't it? And with hydrogen peroxide, it does a similar thing. It's a catalyst, and it makes the hydrogen peroxide. I'm not very good at science, and I've been learning over this month a little bit of sciencey stuff. And it has an extra oxygen molecule, and this extra oxygen is released when we put the catalyst of the yeast inside of it, and that's what makes it do what it does, and then we get our big wahey. We've included another video in our video today, and it's a guy called Mark who also did one of the world record elephant toothpastes, and he's done loads of experiments with elephant toothpaste.
You can focus the expansion of foam so it looks maximum awesome.
We've put a link in the description of this video below, so you can go to his YouTube page and check them out. They are really fun, and he manages to get amazing colours and just volume with his elephant toothpaste. It's incredible. He actually uses, which I couldn't get online, I think it's something like 32% hydrogen peroxide. So it's really quite dangerous. It can burn your skin very badly, and cause a lot of issues where you would need to go to hospital. So he uses a really strong version. However, I could not order that in time online, and probably not very legally either. But anyway, so I had to use 3%, only 3% hydrogen peroxide, yet I still got the result I was looking for. But he used 32%, and his, as you can see, went whoosh. And that's only at 32%. God doesn't ask loads of us. He just says, hey, acknowledge me, accept me, have faith in me, and trust me, guys. And actually, at 3%, I still got a great reaction. At 32%, there was a mega reaction. Can you imagine what it'll be like if we stuck to God every single day, giving him 100%? Oh my goodness, I can't comprehend that, because I know that as a person I have days where I'm not like that at all. So I'm like, wow, God, this is a challenge, this is something amazing. How much more of your amazing heavenly treasures would I see if I was at 100%? Oh my, even if I was at 32% every day, it went, that's amazing. I'm tired of waiting. The reason I wanted to show you this, I touched on a minute ago, was because God is just amazing and he is everything, yeah? God is our life source, okay? I want you to think of it like this. God is our creator. He made you absolutely wonderfully, yes? He knitted you together in the womb of your mummy and he has made you perfectly and he has plans for you, okay? He has this perfect path for you alone to walk along and for you alone to be on that path, okay? That path is designed just for you. It is a unique path that has all of your exciting interests on the path. He's designed it with your hobbies and your likes and your interests on that path for you. And so God has really taken time to design this path for you and to make you the way you are, with your wonderful personality that is different to anybody else's, with the wonderful way that your mind works, which is different to anyone else's, with the way that you speak, which is different to the way anyone else will speak. He has made you to be unique and wonderful and beautiful and perfect for his plan, okay? And this plan is huge. It is enormous. We can't comprehend how big God's plan is, but you are a part of it and you are special in your part of it. And so God is our life source, yes. God is the person that we go to when we need something. God is the person that we go to when we just want to have a friend. God is the person that we go to every single day and we go, I'm home with my Father, I feel great, okay? I know, especially as children as well, especially with that, we'll go to our mummy and daddies a lot and we'll say, Mummy, I need this, Mummy, I need that, Mummy, what do I do? Mummy, I need this, Mummy, I'm hungry, I'm bored, what can I do? Mummy, 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 and all of this. And I know it's great and I know mummies are the best and they really help, and daddies. We need everybody and they really help us, our grown-ups. But equally, God really helps us, yeah? Our friends and our grown-ups can get it wrong. They don't mean to and they don't want to hurt us or anybody, but we can wake up and they can forget to put on Christ. They can have a bad day, but God obviously is God and he never forgets and he is always ready and willing to be right there with you. And I think today, guys, what I really want to show you and what I really want you to grab hold of is God is your life source. You know, it's great to have new toys. It's great to have craft things to do. It's great to have a new bike to ride on. It's great to have all these things. And it is great to spend time with our friends and it's great to talk to them and it's great to have those people that we can really connect with and get on with. But ultimately, if there's a day where you feel sad, or if there's a day where you're just not feeling right, or if you're just unhappy, God is the only one that can really fill that and bring you true happiness and joy that can't be stolen, that cannot be taken away, but really truly is in your heart and is there, okay? No wonderful new bike or scooter can fill that hole. It might fill it for a day or two, but God can fill it forever. And he is our life source that we can draw from all the time. He is so ready and willing and continuously pouring out from heaven his overflowing love and grace and goodness and his mercy every single day when we forget to put on Christ, when we forget to clothe ourselves, and sometimes we forget to put on our cloak of righteousness or our skin of an orange, if you like, and some days we just sink and we have a bit of a sinking day. God's mercy is right there and he's saying, it's okay. I'm still here, have a good sleep, wake up, put it on tomorrow. Yeah, some days that happens. So guys, challenge. Let's put Christ on every single day. Let's remember to draw near to him. This is such a good time to know and form that friendship connection with your life source, to know that he is your true bestest friend. And he will never let you down, especially when you can't see your friends so much at the minute, or you're not talking to them as much. God is your ultimate friend and God is always there, and he is so willing to just explode in your life and show you so much of him and so much of his heavenly treasures if we put our faith in him, if we accept that Jesus went to the cross for you, and you can now have access to the heavenly throne of God. How amazing. Well guys, it's been so good to chat to you. Check out the extra YouTube video in the description below. It's really fun, and you grown-ups. Yes, please probably don't repeat this experiment at home, but have a great week. Take care in the sun, put your sun hat on, use lots of sun protection, and we'll see you next week. Bye, J24/7.